Silver just gave one of the cleanest traps I've seen all month, and 90% of traders completely missed it. In the next 30 seconds, I want to show you why silver was destined to drop, the exact level institutions sold from, and how this single setup paid 5 figures without guessing indicators or hope trading. If you trade XAGUSD or you've ever been faked out by silver's volatility, do not blink because this move happened fast, and once you see it, you'll never look at silver the same again. Alright, we're just gonna get to it. Right now, I already have a target that is reaching for, which is the higher time frame target right here. Alright, see that it's been making higher highs, higher lows, and it's still going towards that target. Alright, on a lower time frame, I see that there was already a breakup structure around here. It went up, came back down from the high low, then went up again, did another break over here, came back down from the high low, and it pushed up. Alright, so right now, during this time, which is around the usual time, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am looking for an entry towards buy side liquidity. See that it's been pushing up, and we're just looking for an entry towards these highs over here. So right now we don't really have anything solid to look at. Alright, we do see that it does want to come to a mini small target down here. Alright, so even though my higher time frame bias is that target up there, the buy side liquidity, I can also counter trend when I see an entry. I see that there is a fair value gap right here. Okay, I do see liquidity still hasn't been taken out here. So there's a possibility price might push down, come into this, and then start going back up during New York session. After all, London session is the manipulation session, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, so London session just opened up. London kill zone time just opened up. So I haven't seen like a really strong push anywhere to decide where price really wants to go right now. We just have to be patient. If I get a displacement to the downside, I'm gonna enter. If not, and price gives me a nice displacement to the upside, I'm gonna go toward these highs right here. Yeah, but there's a possibility that price pushes down first, because this liquidity down here and these equal lows right here, there's a possibility for price to just come down, take them out first, and then continue up during New York session. So we'll see. Yeah, you can see it better on the 3-minute. These equal highs over here. Like, price hasn't taken them out yet. You know, I'm anticipating price to take these equal highs here, push down into this fair value gap over here, and then continue up doing the New York session. See, you can see in this side, price is rejecting that fair value gap around there. So there's a mini 1-minute fair value gap here that price has rejected. If you can see that, this 1-minute fair value gap here, price did come up here, reject it entirely, they started going back down. So yeah, so it could hold. Yeah, it could hold. But I need to see some kind of strong move to the downside for me to take this sell. Yep. So there's a possibility price might even actually push up to these highs right here. So right now we're just trying to figure out where price wants to go. You know, so it is a possibility that price might push up to these highs. you know, but I just need more confirmation, more something to give me a notification that it wants to go up. Yeah, so if it displaces upside, what it can do is it can push up to these highs here and then just drop to these lows down here. All right, I do see like a mini fair value gap here, but again, this was the fair value gap I was talking about right here. So that could hold. Yeah, I want to see a lip past this fair value gap here. If it lips up, if it gives me a nice bullish candle to the upside, I'm going to enter the buy towards this right here. If not, and rejects it, I'm going to enter sell to the downside. Looks like we're getting the push to the downside that I was looking for. And my stop loss up here. I just need that bearish candle to rip through. It looks good to me, honestly. I'm going to enter a sell. If I could get a push to the downside, honestly, I'm gonna get another stack. I just want to see if it can just rip past this 3-minute fair value gap originally put here. This fair value gap that's here. I just want to see if it can rip through it. But I see that the momentum coming in is pretty strong. You know, this fair value gap around this area on the 1 minute was holding. Price looked like it went back up into this volume imbalance right around this area. You could treat a volume imbalance as a fair value gap, honestly, but it went up there, rejected it, and then dropped down. You know, so that's what's giving me a strong indication that it wants to continue down. And these equal lows still have not been touched yet. They still have not been touched yet. So I don't think it's just gonna want to continue up. You know, especially since 3 a.m. in the morning is manipulation to the downside. So I think that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna come down, take these equal lows out, and then push up. But we just have to keep monitoring it. Yeah, so I want you guys to pay attention to the lip. That's the lip I was looking for to the downside to indicate that it wants to come down. That's where you can start. You know, now you get like a strong confirmation that, yeah, price wants to keep coming down. You know, it doesn't want to go back up. Yep. Yeah, so I'm looking for, so that was the whip I was looking for, you know. At this point, it's just going to keep playing around that fair value gap that just dropped. Yep, so I was looking for it to rip through this 3-minute fair value gap to the downside. As you can see, it'll rip past it, and then as soon as it rip past it, it's gonna come down. Alright, and these equal lows are its target. It's just gonna hit it. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. Yep. So after an hour of being in this trade, it finally hit. And yeah, so like I said, always trust in your analysis. Even though I had a higher time frame bias that I was gonna hit up here, I still waited to see on a lower time frame if there was any liquidity to the downside that price can hit before it starts going back up. This is what you got to do as a trader. You can't just always have a bias and stick to it. You have to be very flexible. If you're not flexible, you would have bought here and then price would have took you out thinking it was going to come up here, but it didn't drop. You know, so that's how you got to trade. To summarize everything, first and foremost, I knew that price was in an uptrend, a mini uptrend. So I identified that up here would be my take profit. I waited to see what would happen. So I went on the lower time frame, on the 15-minute, and identified that this was the closest fair value gap that price could reach if it decided to sell. Okay, I noticed that price was ranging around here, so it was kind of weird. So I was like, okay, let me go on a lower time frame to try to figure out why it's ranging here. Okay, so while that was going on, I also noticed on the 15-minute that there was equal lows here, and then below it was a fair value gap. So I was like, okay, price is there's a strong possibility it could push into this fair value gap before it pushes up. So then I went on the 5-minute, right, and I identified that these equal lows looked a little too enticing for price to just ignore and keep pushing up. Okay, plus it's 3 a.m. in the morning, normally 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time doing London. Price wants to go the other way before it starts going the correct way. So I was like, okay, if that's what's gonna happen, then there's a chance that price might sell instead of buy. So I waited again to see what was going on, and to see price in a better light, I went on the 3-minute, and I noticed that there was a fair value gap here on the 3-minute, and price was just like, you know, playing around that area. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, then maybe it doesn't want to go up. You know, as soon as it went down, it did a low-key breakup structure around here. I'll show you in a 1 minute soon. It did a breakup structure around here, right? Let me put it. Price did a breakup structure here, camped down, then went back up into that 3-minute fair value gap, okay? And they kept pushing up. So I was like, okay, maybe there's another fair value gap here that I'm not seeing. So why not go on the 1 minute to find out where it's price stopped at? So then I went on the 1 minute and I noticed that there was a bigger fair value gap here and a mini fair value gap up here. And then price rejected it around 257, 256 area and then came back down. Okay? It already did a breaker structure around here. Pulled back into this fair value gap, rejected it, and started pushing down again. Then if you notice here, it did a mini structure. It broke that mini structure around here, around 305, and then pushed up a little bit, and then rejected this area. So I was waiting for either price to rip up so I could enter the buy towards this, or reject it again and come down. As soon as I saw this little rejection around here, I was like, yeah, it's going to want to come down. So I entered the sell, and I held. My stop loss is always going to be above the start of the fair value gap, which is around here, right? And I entered, held it. Even though it was pushing up a little bit, I still believed in my analysis. Like you always got to do when you're trading, you always got to believe in your analysis, no matter what. So I believed it. Then I saw this rip down, which ripped through this 3-minute fair value gap we drew earlier. As soon as I saw this displacement down, I was like, yeah, it's over. It's going to come down here. So as soon as that happened during 3:29 a.m., mind you, all this is happening within 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So while it ripped down, I was like, yeah, okay. Even if it comes up here, it might just retrace back to this fair value gap up here that it made on the 1 minute, which it did, and then just ripped back down. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, yeah, it's over. As soon as I saw a second displacement to the downside, around 4 a.m. in the morning, I was like, yep, it's done. It's going to hit here. And that just gave me my third confirmation that it's going to go down. And I trusted it, and that's what happened. No, you always got to trust in your analysis, guys. That's all you have in the markets. There's nobody else here but you. And if you practice more 24/7, you're able to see everything, you know? Let me close this. You're able to see more things and understand what's going on in the markets. You know, you have to trust in your analysis. You can't really trust anybody else. You do it correctly, boom, you get paid, you know? Yep, so that's it for today. In the next video, I'll probably enter a gold trade during New York session. If you guys want to see more of me trading and how I'm able to analyze the market using fair value gaps, you can check out my other videos. I'm going to link them down in the description or on my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.